New England Patriots this weekend studied them against the Philadelphia Eagles, the Miami Dolphins, and the New York Jets for the three games I got to watch with the Patriots this week. They're an odd man front, which means they play with a three-man line. They can adjust their front due to their linebackers' ability to play along the line of scrimmage. So you could sometimes, they will morph into different looks, but their primary base defense is a three-man line. The majority of their coverages, you'll see what we call cover 3, which is like a zone look, cover 1, which is a man look, and then cover 2 with the two safeties. Those are the three primary coverages that they run against you. They did play a cover 6. And when I mean cover 6, and this is against the Dolphins in week 2, it's a combination of the 2 and the 4, thus you get the 6. This is one of those defenses that splits in half, splits the field in half, and then it allows you to play man on one side and zone on the other. And so this was the only time that they played a cover 6, and that was against the Dolphin. So what they do, it's like I say, it's just a real good blend of man and zone, and it helps you defend the run, but the way you can attack it is short passing game kind of gets after it pretty good. So just it's something that they throw, but the primary coverages are going to be 3, 1, and 2. That's the order they play them: a zone, a man, and then the two safeties back on the hash. This defensive line doesn't have really any big name stars. Matthew Judon is listed as a linebacker, so I'll get him in the linebacker stuff that we're talking about here. But the main guys up front are Godshaw, Lawrence Guy, and Christian Barmore. Those are the guys. I think you have to be worried a little bit about Barmore as a defensive tackle because he had 4 quarterback hits in the Dolphin game. So you need to kind of worry about him getting up the field. They also have a veteran player, Dietrich Wise. When you run the ball, worry about Dietrich Wise. He's got a little bit of that DeMarcus Lawrence to his game. He's a long, rangy veteran player. He's got pass rush ability, but when it's to the edge, his length really kind of helps him in dealing with those opponents in the running game. The front's going to move, they're going to slant, and it's going to allow their linebackers and secondary the opportunities to pass rush and then fit in the running. And his team fits really good in the running game. Like I say, you'll see the line move, and they'll all take a gap, and then support players, the linebackers, the safety, some of the things that the Cowboys have really, really struggled with, the Patriots do pretty well in the running game. I mentioned Matthew Judon. He's like their Micah Parsons player. The staff, they're going to move him around in order to find the best possible matchup. You'll see him rushing from different position, different spots. He can attack the edge. He can win against the blocker. He's got some power to his game, but he's kind of a slippery player in the way. You know, you'll see him like make a move outside and then work back to the inside and kind of beat the blockers that way. He could put pressure on you, right with his movement. That's one of the things that he is really, really, really good at. Josh Uche is an explosive player. He's the other kind of the edge player that they have. He's a linebacker. He gets up the field in a hurry. Like Judon, he could be really disruptive in the way he plays in the scheme. He gets on the blocker's first step, and then the blocker's like on, he's having to deal with that. He rushes in a way that doesn't allow the blockers to get their hands on him. He's kind of able to turn his body, and then all of a sudden you're trying to reset your hands on him, and then he's past you and up the field. They have another linebacker is Jawan Bentley. He's a veteran guy. He's a thumper. He plays with some pop. He's a downhill player. He's always attacking the line of scrimmage. You have to be concerned about him with the ability to read the play and then run through shooting gaps. So if you're trying to combo block, which means you're getting hip to hip and then you're trying to push a guy to the second level, if there's any separation, he'll run back door or he'll just read that you're trying to combo block and he'll run through the gap. So keep an eye on Bentley, the linebacker. Like I say, he's a 250-pound guy. It's got some real,
just an old-fashioned hole plugger.
Exactly. It's perfect for what Belichick's trying to do here.
Hell yeah.
The secondary, the Patriots have a star in the making with Christian Gonzalez. Mm-hmm. And even at a really young age, the Patriots staff is putting him in a lot of high-leverage situations when it comes to coverage. In the Jets contest I mentioned earlier, he shadowed Garrett Wilson 60% of the game. He played press man against him 43% of the time in those snaps. So he's not afraid to get up on him. The previous week, he played against Tyreek Hill of the Dolphins. They shadowed him also 60% of the game. He played press man 29% of the time against him in those snaps. The Eagles went after him in the first game. They targeted him 12 times, and they had 8 receptions for 99 yards. This guy will travel, and I expect him to travel. I expect him to take CeeDee Lamb. They flip sides in the way they play. He'll go in the slot. This guy is kind of a sticky player when it comes to how he plays. He's relentless in the way he pursues the processes, the movement, things like that, the ball skills. He's got the only interception for this secondary, but his ball skills at Oregon were elite in the way he used to high point balls and things like that. This guy's a really, really good football player. I'm surprised he lasted that long in the draft.
Yeah, he was supposed to be top 10 pick.
Yeah, maybe top 3, top 4.
Yeah, freak athlete, man.
He is
super long, rangy. Yeah, I mean, and if Belichick's taking a cornerback in the first round, you know he's special.
Yep. Miles Bryant is the guy who plays opposite of Gonzalez, and what Bryant will do is he'll also move into the slot, so he's also your nickel corner. He does a really good job of putting himself. He defends the ball well. He put himself in position to make a lot of plays. The movement, the redirection skills are solid. You have to be aware of him coming off the slot as a blitzer. That's something. Remember back in the day when the Cowboys had Orlando Scandrick, and he would come on a slot blitz occasionally during a game and get home on the rush. This guy, Brandt, has that kind of ability to make those types of plays. Their safeties are physical players. It's Kyle Duggar and then Jabril Peppers. Peppers been in the league for a long time. I think Duggar is the better of the two safeties when you watch how the staff uses him. He's going to play deep on 50% of the snaps. He's going to play down on another 24% of the snaps, and then other times you'll see him down in the box as well. They use him on the blitz. He can cover in the slot. He's one of those guys that's a really good tackler, and he doesn't often miss. Where Peppers on the other end, he leads the team in tackles, but there'll be time where you see them get in space, Peppers in space, and then he will struggle to get the guy down. He should have made more tackles than he has even this year. So, but if of the safeties who will be blitzing, it's probably going to be Peppers will be the blitzer, and then Duggar they'll play in coverage or play him back.
And Duggar's a beast.
Yeah, I went back and just looked at something. You know, the Cowboys played the Patriots in 2021, and I just was curious of what the numbers looked like. Dak was 36 of 51 for 445 in that game. He had 3 touchdowns, 1 interceptions, an overtime game. The Patriots pressured him 19 times, but there were no sacks. They played 55% of the time. They played man coverage against him. He was 17 of 28 throwing the ball against that. They played zone coverage 45% of the time. He was 19 of 23 for 252. Where it was interesting is they played what's known as cover zero against him, where they brought pressure and just had no safeties in the middle of the field. And for no support, the guys, everybody was matched up in man coverage. They played that in that game 10% of the time, and he ended up throwing 3 touchdown passes against it. So I wonder if Belichick's going to look at it like, last time I played this guy, last time I tried to blitz him, last time I tried to do, certain things you go back and like, I'm not going to do this again. Dak was playing at a very high level. This was the game he hurt his calf.
Yeah.
And then things kind of fell apart for him a little bit there. But that's something that, like I said, it's that zero coverage is like a true man deal where it's not designed, it's designed to get pressure. And Dak handled that exceptionally well in this game. So really good, kind of a non-big name defense. But as I mentioned there, that cornerback, Christian Gonzalez, he is going to be a star for them. He is a hell of a football player.
I remember Bill talking about Dalton Schultz was the guy he wanted to take away last time, and then CeeDee Lamb just destroyed him. So He's not going to let CeeDee Lamb beat him again.
Yep, that is true.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.